The police officer threw the key down through the gap in the middle of the staircase, but the key fell back up from above. They looked up the stairs, but saw nothing unusual. The officer was furious. He believed someone was deliberately playing a trick on him, so he quickly walked up the stairs. But when he reached the corner, he was surprised to find that the 10th floor had become the first floor. He turned around and went back to the 9th floor, where he took out his gun and confronted the prisoners. However, the two prisoners acted as if they knew nothing. The officer had no choice but to order them to stay put while he went downstairs to call for backup from his car. He reached the 8th floor, only to find that the stairwell door was locked. The officer then ran down to the lower floors, but to his shock, the stairwell doors on those floors were also locked and couldn't be opened. He began to panic. He rushed to the first floor and tried to kick the door open, but it was useless. He had no choice but to keep running down until he saw the two prisoners again. It was then that he realized he had returned to the 9th floor. In this way, they were trapped in the stairwell. Fortunately, there was a vending machine on the first floor. The officer used a fire extinguisher to smash the glass and took out some mineral water. They decided to rely on the food and water from the vending machine while waiting for rescue. However, after more than 20 hours, no rescue came. The next day, the officer found that the used items in the vending machine had reappeared. He shook the machine furiously, thinking he might be trapped there forever. In this way, they were trapped in the stairwell for 35 years. The officer spent his days eating instant noodles and wasting time, with trash piling up around him. The other prisoner, however, insisted on keeping himself clean. He would comb his hair with an old toothbrush every day, then hang up a mineral water bottle and poke small holes in the bottom with a needle to take a shower with the dripping water. After that, he would run in the stairwell for exercise, pray to his school bag, take out the items from the bag and sort them neatly, and then sit down to eat an apple and read a book. The other prisoner had long since passed away. One day, the officer suddenly clutched his head and screamed in agony. The prisoner rushed over and looked at him anxiously, but the officer kept muttering incoherent words and soon died. Unable to bear the loneliness, the prisoner furiously pounded the walls and tore the books to pieces. He took the officer's gun and tried to put the barrel in his mouth to commit suicide, but the gun had been rendered completely unusable after so many years. In the end, he despairingly realized that he would be trapped in the stairwell alone, with no hope of escape.